Thank you for the time to speak today against this deeply flawed proposal. I'm speaking today in my individual capacity while also recognizing that I currently serve as the mayor of the city of Longview for my non-day job. My day job, I'm a property manager for 150 units in Longview. I'll jump into applicable examples here on rent control. New York City has had rent control for the better part of a century in one form or another. The long-term results have been telling. Tenants in rent-controlled units have not moved to other units, which would further, in our case, our housing scarcity issue if it was applied here. The only new units that have been built in the last few decades are built by private builders as luxury units. At face value, there are a few winners in the short term with rent control, but there are far more losers. This isn't a state issue. In the jurisdiction I represent, we're not seeing these huge rent hikes. Instead, I personally now know of over 1,000 rental units in Longview that will be sold from local landlords to bigger corporate interests if this passes. That is 1/8 of the market supply in my jurisdiction. You're taking local control away, hurting low-income renters long-term, and leading to the creation of a new class of homelessness, those that can't rent a place to call home because of the lack of affordable low-income units. The financial implications to local governments in the state, it'll keep parcels off the tax rolls, it'll deprive local governments of future investments. I urge you to kill this bill, and I'm happy to elaborate more and take any questions.
You're welcome to submit written testimony.
I hope you all got my letters today. Thank you.
Thank you.
57 years ago on this day, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Much has changed since 1968, but severe racial disparities exist, and recent changes made in D.C. have Dr. King Jr. rolling over in his grave. Please protect our state. Black households in Washington are more than twice as likely to be renters than white households, and are more likely to be rent burdened than white renters. U.S. Census data from last fall found that 50% of black renters and 50% of Latino renters in Washington, their rent increased between $100 and $249. Racial disparities in renter status, rent increases, and evictions cannot be ignored. Not enough has changed in 57 years. We cannot wait any longer. Please stand up for racial and economic justice. Pass this bill now and do not raise the annual allowable rent beyond 7%. And do not tell anyone here that this isn't what our community needs. I'm telling you now, we need rent stabilization. Thank you.